sharing durian ASEAN.
Hello and welcome to Durian ASEAN. You're with Gowri and we're moving on to our APC dialogue this morning, where we will be discussing or rather addressing the homeless issue in KL or also in Malaysia as a whole. So joining me this morning is I have a very special guest from Dapur Jalanan, and his name is Hadi. Hi Hadi.
Hi Gowri, thank you.
Hi, how are you today?
Good.
All right. Thanks for joining us today at Durian ASEAN.
Okay, thank you for inviting.
We all know that definitely the homeless issue is not just something that's happening in Malaysia. It's something that happens in any country anywhere in the world. But what are the factors that influence the homeless people in Malaysia per se?
Factors that contribute to them being homeless, or
Yeah.
There are numerous factors. Basically, what I can say that they are like the poor and needy, and sometimes you fell on hard times.
Mm-hmm.
You sit and you ask them personally. There's like 1,001 stories of how why they are there.
Uh-huh.
So we can't just like label them and pigeonhole them as one type.
Okay.
Especially what the authorities are doing.
Mm-hmm.
They are there because they are lazy, they don't want to work.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that they are more centered in KL because there are so many soup kitchens and people feeding them. That's wrong, because there are so many reasons and stories why they are there.
Mm-hmm.
And even like in any big city in the world,
Mm-hmm.
Even there are so many success stories that people used to be homeless before achieving that success. There are so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what's the definition of homeless? You know, I know some people who they fall on hard times.
Mm-hmm.
So that's homeless too. But there are some people who sleep on the street. So, but for me, I'm looking more in Malaysian perspective.
Okay.
Urban migration.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal view. Because most of the people that I talk to,
Uh-huh.
they were made to understand that there's job in KL. There's
Mm-hmm.
KL, JB or Penang.
Mm-hmm.
And when they arrive in the city, it's not as easy as they think it is.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they got cheated, and that's why they are stuck on the street.
Okay.
But within 6 months, this type of people, they went back to their hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So one other thing we should focus on is providing opportunities in our own hometowns, where they come from.
Mm-hmm. So you said you're focusing on the perspective on urban migration, which means that these people are actually not like jobless or beggars on the street. They are just they cannot afford to actually get a room or a house, is it?
Yeah, meaning that earlier you asked about the Malaysian perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
all what I said is like the general perspective of homelessness around the world.
Uh-huh.
Especially for Malaysia, it's more about, for me personally, it's about...
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, because they came here looking for opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got a minimum wage job.
Mm-hmm.
They range from 700 to 900 ringgit per month.
Okay.
And yet, we all know in KL,
Mm-hmm.
if you can rent a room,
Mm-hmm.
if you can rent a room 300 a month, you are very lucky.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and we all know now, like you have to pay 2 plus 1 upfront.
Mm-hmm.
One month deposit, and sometimes you have to pay deposit for electricity or water.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, these people who are working minimum wage, earning 700 to 900 ringgit a month, they have to cough up around 1,000 ringgit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a very good and also a very interesting point that you brought up there, because personally I'm also a student right now studying in KL, and it was really hard for me to even find an affordable room to stay around here while I'm studying.
Yes, I think everyone experienced the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And because maybe from our experience, okay, we have better, we have the opportunity to have better paying jobs. So maybe first 2 months a bit hard, but people, the what we call the poor and needy, and what we call warga miskin quarter, basically they are working minimum wage paying jobs and hard to save 1,000 ringgit because they want to rent a room. Take them maybe 6 months to 1 year.
Yeah.
That's why they are living on the street. That's why we are saying to the authorities, build more shelters. Build more shelters and make it more inclusive.
Okay.
Yes, based on the meeting we had on Tuesday, they are saying that they want to make more shelters. They want to make more anjung singgah. So that's good. But the thing is, make it more inclusive and discuss with the homeless discuss with the homeless community what type of shelters, things like that, inclusive, and if they can, make them run their own shelters.
So maybe we can talk about Dapur Jalanan a little bit. You can tell us what is Dapur Jalanan about? How did you guys come up with this idea?
Okay, it started last year. Last year, and this is our second year.
Okay.
And started because most of us is based in Bangsa Utama. So we have this big club Bangsa Utama. And excuse me, okay, and a couple of our friends, they used to be involved in food serving organization since they are 16 and 17, 10 years ago. So looking at the state of Kuala Lumpur right now, there are more issues, urban issues, city issues, and there are more homeless, more poor and needy in KL. So we would like, and also we are also addressing the issues of heritage.
Okay.
Okay, because we can see in KL more and more heritage buildings is put down. More modern and new buildings. And, there are some of us, personally for me, I see as a new type of protest. We are protesting. I'm protesting against the government, the authorities, misspending, safetiness, things like that. And we started this food. We like to call it food sharing activity in Jalan Panggung, because Jalan Panggung is just like Jalan Sultan, it's involved in the MRT. So all the buildings there is like in danger of being brought down. And yeah, you know the issue, right? You know the issue. So basically, we started there.
Okay. So, so you said you did this as a protest to the government, and we know that recently the government said that actually it was Tengku Mansor who said that these homeless people are giving the city a very bad name, so about bad reputation as well. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, anywhere in the world, the issue and there are homeless people. For me, what giving Malaysia a bad name and what giving Kuala Lumpur a bad name is the way we treat the homeless, the way we treat the poor and needy. Now, if you look like a big city around the world like Tokyo, New York, when even London, they have these shelters. They, when people look at you, where you sit, go and so if we want KL to have this image of a modern city, of I don't know, of a state and beautiful city, modern, whatever, to do. So treat the homeless better, treat the downtrodden better.
So when you say treat the homeless better, do you have any specific ideas or suggestion on how they can do that?
Okay. Like let's say Dapur Jalanan, then we started our food sharing session. Okay. Why we do this? Because the main reason is like one of the activities to introduce young people to activism. This is like the easiest and non-committal type of activism there is. Young boys and girls activism to make it fun. So that's number one. Two is that when we want to be part of a community, when we want to try to help or be a part of a community, so we went to this Jalanan Panggung community. So basically, like in any Asian culture, we Malay, Chinese or Asian, Malaysian culture, we offer them food or share our food, saying that we come with good intention, we want to be part of the community. So that's the idea of food sharing. And we share our food with the homeless, the poor and that center around Jalanan Panggung, and we start to talk with them, start to discuss that, and we ask questions, okay, how about teacher, why are you doing like that? And at the same time, all of them have good ideas on how to address the issue of homelessness.
Okay.
Number one is, and this is from them, not from us.
Okay.
And this is from them because we have like people who have been in the streets, on the streets 30, 40 years. And they say that, okay, build more shelters, make it more inclusive, things like that. More importantly, they want lockers around the area. Meaning places where they can safely store their bags and their belongings. Because the major problem among the homeless in Malaysia is the identity card, the IC. They lost the IC.
Oh, okay.
Because, okay, how do you know that this person is a homeless person? Let's say we walk on the street in KL. How do you know this person is homeless? Number one, when you saw that he or she is carrying so many bags.
Okay.
And start carrying the whole wardrobe around their bag. Because basically they don't have any houses or home. So carry them. So they say that build more lockers for them so they can store all their belongings. And when they look at for jobs and when they bring all these back, their like future employers, they know that they are homeless just because of that, and to employ them. At the same time, they lost their IT. But you are living on the street. You can lose so many things. Even we, any Malaysian have the experience of losing the IT. And not the IT for the first time, and you want to make it a new one, you have to pay 110 ringgit. The second time 110. The third time is 310 ringgit. So this is the kind of money that they don't have.
Right.
To make a new IT. So, how do you want to ask for jobs, apply for jobs when you don't have IT? Okay, so this is like we see as a small problem, but it's a big problem for them. Stumbling block for them to make a better life. So things that okay, if we get if KL is too hot and build lockers for them to store their belongings, will be safe for them. They won't lose their IT or any of their belongings, so they can store their bags. They can freely walk around the streets looking for opportunities for jobs. But the impact is big.
Oh, so but when you mentioned about the lockers and all, like Do you think that that is? I mean, I know it's probably a very good temporary solution, but ultimately, do you think it also goes back to the very that these days everyone is just focused on building all these luxurious condominiums and big houses. So even if these people do get a job, like where could they possibly stay? Do you think they can ever afford to get a place on their own?
Yeah, that's the thing. We can look at it from a short-term or long-term perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like building more inclusive shelter and involving them in decision-making so the homeless community has a buy-in and have a say in how the shelter is run. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And building lockers around the city, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to the extent, even when they want to wash themselves up in public toilets, they are not allowed to.
Oh, okay.
Because they are homeless.
Mm.
These kind of things, we have to address it. Okay, like you say, short-term and long-term
Solutions, is it?
solution. Yeah.
Mm.
Like the long-term is addressing like what we call urbanization, minimum wage. For me, personally, I think one of the things that we have to address is about rent control.
Okay.
Yeah, in Kuala Lumpur, the rent is like it's not what you call in line with wages.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the 70s, we have rent control, meaning that okay, this part of KL, this type of house, the rent is around here and around like let's say from 300 to 500 ringgit.
Mm-hmm.
You know that type of thing, and part of the law.
Mm-hmm.
So the house owners. They just can't quote rent for what they want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know that the problem of housing in KL is mostly about speculating because people buy houses and they rent to other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think like any city in the world, New York, London, wherever, they have this rent. We don't. We used to have it in the 70s and we abolished it.
Oh, okay. So So you think that we should bring it back, is it, to have this government intervention to set up the certain rules?
Yes, you ask any young people who just finished university or just the job market, the number one major concern for them is rent. We are not just about the homeless people.
Okay.
You know, any urbanite, any like whatever, main concern is rent.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time when we were like 23, 24, when we started to rent our own place, this is our main concern. But in 5 years down the line, after 5 years, when we have better wages, we got promoted and things like that, and then we forgot about it because we have more money.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, if we can remember all our concerns when we start to enter the market, so can you imagine the hardship, the concerns for the homeless in getting a place for them to go? They have no rent control. Like for example, I'm working in Bangsa.
Okay.
In front of me, there's the TPKL, there's the council flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe that's around now. Even this type of flat now, it's created in Bangsa, and it's just like a 5-minute walk to the LRT. It's like 800, 1,000 ringgit.
Oh, okay.
So, quite astonishing the rent for the poor. Okay, that I think for everyone. And now because the rent is so high in the city, more and more foreign workers are renting the room. And the rent is still high. And sometimes I know like in Springfield, once I asked Bangladeshi worker, I said, so how much do you pay? How much is the rent? Because it's that is upstairs. And he said above Mama Top. And he said 1,500.
Oh.
And I said, wow. And he said that okay, because there are 20 guys staying in the same house.
Yeah, so I think we will take a short break for 5 minutes, and then we will get back with our discussion.
Okay, thanks.
The voice of sharing Durian ASEAN.
Hello and welcome back to Durian ASEAN. I still have Hadi on the line here from Dapur Jalanan, and earlier we were addressing the homeless issue in Malaysia, and we were talking about how the cost of rooms and houses are so expensive that it kind of incites more people to maybe even live on the streets to that extent. So Hadi, earlier you were saying that we need a government intervention in this issue, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so what do you think the government has done so far in regards to these efforts in highlighting the very very high housing cost?
I don't know. I think the way they're addressing it just to build more cheap houses. That's it.
Okay.
But okay, going back to the homeless issue, for me, it's like when we were at the meeting on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, and this whole thing started because in 2013, after Tengku Adnan was appointed as the Minister of Federal Territories and Urban Wellbeing, he points out on 6 sectors that he wants to focus on.
Okay.
And the General Secretary of the Minister, Dato' Adnan, yeah, they have the same name. He said that only 2 sectors in that meeting about traffic and cleanliness of the city.
Okay.
So basically, the problem of homelessness falls on the cleanliness factor. So they are looking this problem from a cleanliness point of view. Whereas many people or NGOs are looking at it from a very different point of view.
Right.
Very different from what the ministry is looking. Because they're looking at the ministry and the City Hall, the BKL, they are looking at it from a cleanliness point of view.
Okay.
Okay, like yes, this morning we are talking about urban migration, about rent control, renovation, things like that. And they are just seeing it from a cleanliness point of view. So it's very hard. Because they've been doing the same thing. They are trying to address this issue for, like, from my knowledge, it started in 1989.
Okay.
The way they address the issue of the homeless, the poor, the needy in KL. They address the issue of people on the streets in KL. That's in 1989, where they started to pick up all the poor, the needy, the beggars, drug addicts in KL. Because in 1989, we hosted the Commonwealth head of government, Choga. So it's like a major event at that time, an international event. And 1990 or 1991 it was Visit Malaysia year. So we keep doing this, picking up people, putting them in places they don't want to go. So we've been, the authorities have been trying to address the issue the same way since 1999. It's been close to 30 years, and in 2014 we are still talking about it. We still talking about it.
Do you think it's because no one has actually come up with a practical plan that can be how do I say, implied?
Yes, in a way, yes. And because if you can see, it's close to 30 years. They are addressing this issue the same way, and it's going nowhere. And for me, it's like I'm wondering how have they spent taxpayers' money, millions and millions of ringgit, the issue close to 30 years, and like the same does not have any major changes. And back to your question, for me, this is just because of the way they are seeing things.
Okay.
Because they see it as a cleanliness issue. For us, the NGOs or many researchers or academicians, maybe we see it from a urban migration point of view, economic point of view, things
Right.
like that, from a people's perspective.
But why do you think that they cannot see it from that angle, the perspective that actually matters?
Basically because of this, Gowri. I tell you, before I was involved in Dapur Jalanan, I also share the same view like the authorities.
Oh, okay.
Now, like anyone who are not aware of the issue of the homeless, will think that the homeless are lazy, things like that. But when you are involved with them, when I started with Dapur Jalanan last year, and I started to talk, to discuss with them, then all of this come into light, and I started to understand more of this issue. Not as as easy as they think.
Okay.
This issue is very complex, but for me, solving it is very not that complex. But understanding the issue is complex.
Right.
For the authorities, it's just about cleanliness. That's why during the meeting we asked the authorities, the ministry, the agency, DBTL, everything, to have the discussion with homeless community in KL, with the poor and needy, on what water is water. Have discussion with them, involve them in decision making, so they have a buy-in in whatever solution you are trying to propagate. So, but I hope they do that. Please do that.
Okay. So I also read in an article that there are actually no accurate figures on the number of homeless people or anyone that's keeping track of them. Is that true?
Yeah. That's true, because the homeless, they are not like what the authorities are calling homeless taka, meaning that hardcore homeless. The number of those type of homeless people are not that much.
Okay.
Because from our experience in Dapur Jalanan, when we first started, we have our regular faces.
Okay.
Excuse me, and after 6 months, we don't see them anymore.
Okay.
Because earlier on, like what we discussed earlier on, the one of the classic cases of homelessness is when people don't have money to rent a room, and after months, when they have that enough money, then they are on their feet.
Okay.
So they are not living on the streets anymore.
Okay.
How can you keep facts and figures when this keep changing?
Okay.
People are off the streets, and next month some people being the streets. Next month they are off. This is a transitional issue.
Okay.
But so what we can do is we can make that transition better and smoother for them. That's it.
But I think Tengku Adnan was also quoted as saying that having all these efforts like Dapur Jalanan and soup kitchens, it creates like a dependency thing that makes that encourages people to be lazy. So what's your take on that?
Dapur Jalanan, we disagree with that, and personally I strongly disagree with that. That shows that the minister has no knowledge
about
all. Because like even Dapur Jalanan, we only share our food once a week.
Okay.
Then there are other solutions who like only share one meal. So they are not dependent on us.
Okay.
So because like I say, we just trying to make their transition smoother and to understand their plight. And in a way, if we have the capabilities to help them, that's it. And because that's why I say there are so many misconceptions about them. Unemployed, lazy, criminal. So if the authorities and even the minister have this kind of misconception in his head, how is he going to address the issue? So when he said that this is because we are making them dependent on us, just shows that he doesn't understand the issue at all.
Right.
But yes, most of the homeless, they're working. They have they do menial jobs. They get 10 ringgit to 20 ringgit per day. And yes, you can have with that kind of money, you can have like 2 meals per day.
Right. Okay.
But like I said, we say they are homeless because they don't have that much money. So if we can, like, for one day, we can provide, we can share 1 meal with them, they can save that money to do something more important. So basically that's it.
Okay. I also like what you said about the government not really understanding the problem, because they see it from the surface that it gives the city a bad image and all. So what do you think that they can do to really get down to the roots and really understand what's going on with the homeless people?
Yeah, basically just discuss the issue with them.
Okay. But are there like any platforms or channels that they can go through?
Yeah, I think it's very basic. You have discussion, you have workshop, and you involve the homeless in decision making.
Okay.
So then we can have more inclusive shelters. Okay, basically they are looking at it from a clinical issue.
Okay.
So they don't want people sleeping on the street.
Okay.
Okay, so make shelters.
Okay.
They have one shelter, but the homeless does not like the shelter that they have now. So make more shelters that are more inclusive to the homeless.
So when you say,
so people don't when you have this kind of place, people don't want to sleep on the street. Nobody likes to sleep on the street.
I guess I don't know the state of the current shelter that they have, so maybe if you can clarify it a little bit.
Okay, I never went to this shelter, and even if I went to one, even if we went to one, we would not be allowed to enter.
Okay.
But from what we discussed with our homeless friends, they say that it's not welcoming, too bureaucratic.
Okay.
And when you arrive at the street, they have like a urine test.
Oh, okay.
Okay, things like that, and one of the concept is that all of the homeless are druggies, are addicts.
Okay.
Not true at all.
Okay.
Maybe like 5% of them.
Okay.
But okay, how would you like it if I invite you to my house and before you can enter my house, I give you a cup for you to on, and I do urine test. What you call that's good. So some people don't like it. That doesn't mean they are drug addicts. And they are drug addicts too. They are fighting the addiction. Why do you turn them away?
Okay.
Help them fight that addiction. That's what the state have to do.
Okay. So apart from maybe the state, what can the civil society themselves probably do to help out these people?
I guess, like I said earlier, and we are very clear on this, Dapur, Jalanan, and all the NGOs. So now we have a coalition of NGOs trying to address the problem. Dapur Jalanan is part of it, and we just entered this coalition. Started with put no bounds for Dapur, Lawyers for Liberty, Empower, KL Urban Leadership. So Dapur Jalanan just entered this coalition, and we and Dapur Jalanan for us, most important thing is for the authorities to sit down and discuss and involve the homeless in their decision making.
Okay.
Because we, the NGOs or any the civil society movement, we can only be like the voice for them. But it's better for them to voice it themselves. We can support them. Because I think we need to have a new way of doing things, and we can help them, we can give the encouragement, but basically that's the most important thing. I think the role of the civil society is to support the weak, the oppressed.
Okay.
Giving them their voice by helping them to organize, but ultimately these people have to have their own voice, have to speak for themselves.
Okay. So, apart from that, I just wanted to ask if people actually want to join Dapur Jalanan and contribute, how can they do it?
Okay, during Ramadan, during July, our serving is shifted to Saturdays at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Okay, so basically we cook in Bangsa Utama and then we bring the food to Jalan Panggung.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to contribute, you are welcome to do so, and maybe you can come to Bangsa Utama.
Okay.
And help us cook. But we are focused more on in other months we serve on Sunday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So we are focused more on tea, tea type of food. Not a big meal, but we are focused more on what you call cake, sweet, bread, soups, or for me personally, more important thing is fruits.
Okay.
Because for my observation, I don't think the homeless eat fruits that much, and I think they should eat more, and we should give more to them.
Okay.
So, like any other soup kitchen, you can come and contribute. We have our Facebook page. You can look at our account number if you want to contribute that. If you want to contribute your time and effort, come and join us in Bangsa Utama.
Okay.
Or in Jalan Panggung. We can share anything. Even we have clothes. We also share our clothes with the homeless because because they have no shelter. So they are wearing the same clothes.
Right. Okay.
And they don't have places to wash or dry the clothes. So they need more clothes. And looking back at the problem of saying that they don't have jobs, and how are you going to look for jobs? And how can people employ you when you have dirty clothes?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we are saying is like the problem is like a vicious circle.
Right.
But I think we can stop that circle if the authorities build a more inclusive shelter.
Okay.
We can try to. That will be a good starting point.
Okay. Right, so thank you very much, Hadi, for joining us this morning, and for most importantly for clearing up all the misconceptions about homeless people, and for really making us understand what's really going on with them.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for interviewing me. Thank you, Gowri. Thank you, Glenn.
Yeah, thank you. Good.